Good morning, 10:04 here in the KCBD newsroom. I want to bring you the latest information here on the bomb threat received at Lubbock High and latest information delivered by Lubbock ISD. So this was the update we just had on Good Day Lubbock a few minutes ago. That first, to set the scene here, Lubbock ISD first responded to a bomb threat that was received this morning. And at this point, students have been evacuated from Lubbock High to the central office, which is just right down the road. So latest update here from the Lubbock ISD communications office that all students from Lubbock High have been evacuated to central office. That's 1628 19th Street. Parents, if you want to pick your kids up, you can do so at central office. You'll enter through door 9, which is the door that faces Avenue Q. So that's on the south side of the building. We're looking here from near Lubbock High. We're looking back to the east there toward central office. You can see they've got law enforcement out there directing traffic. You can see the bus right there. That is turning from 19th Street onto Avenue Q. The advice here from, and you can read this full statement at kcbd.com, but from Lubbock ISD, they advise that once you as a parent are in the building, you'll need to provide ID to pick up your kids. You'll also be on the need to be on the approved pickup list for your child. If you do not have ID and or you are not on the pickup list, your child will not be released to you. Now, if students were at the Advanced Technology Center, that's off Avenue Q and about 32nd Street, or at the AgriStem building at about 1st and Quaker for first or second period, they were kept there. So the guidance here is if your student was at the Lubbock High campus itself, they were evacuated to central office, 19th and Q. But if they were at the Advanced Technology Center, huge facility there on Avenue Q, or the AgriStem building in first or second period, the kids were kept at those locations. And this is an important message here from Lubbock ISD. They say, we understand, this can be concerning. Please rest assured that all safety protocols are being followed. This is an active situation. They're taking every precaution to make sure students and the surrounding community remain safe. It's important to note here, let me see when the first report came in. We've had multiple messages that have come in from Lubbock ISD. The first message looks like went out at, I believe it was 9:07 this morning, that Lubbock High was in a lockdown protocol, which means no one was getting in, no one was getting out. They were locking down the students. That update has since been, they've moved the students to just down the street to central office. I want to be clear here, there are no reports of any injuries. It was a threat that came in, and you may be wondering on our end, okay, you guys probably receive bomb reports, reports of these. We've had so many of these reported at different schools. What's different here? Well, clearly administration saw that there was enough of a threat to keep the kids safe. They moved the students over to the central office, but we always want to be clear, there's no report of any injury, anything like that has happened. This has all been precautionary, and our crew on site is repositioning to make it. So we showed you that shot just a moment ago. They were closer to Lubbock High. They're going just down the road to 19th and Q to show you exactly where this is. Obviously, I believe Lubbock High is the closest school to the headquarters. It, of course, here on 19th Street, between University and Avenue Q, specifically right there at 19th and U is where Lubbock High is. They've taken the students just across Avenue Q to the district headquarters at 19th and Q. So this is just a few blocks down the road, and our crew is repositioning to get a better perspective. And also, we coordinate with the district. They let us know where to be, and we're staying outside of where law enforcement tells us to be. We're there on site to let you know for your kids what the update is. So that, and actually, lower graphic here, that is not correct. They are not on lockdown. They have since moved the students over to central office. So the update here that we're bringing to you at 10:09 right now is letting you know that the students at Lubbock High, specifically if they were in class at Lubbock High in first or second period, they have been moved from Lubbock High School to 19th and Q to the central office. And again, at kcbd.com, we've provided the specific details from the school district as far as what you need to do if you want to go pick your kids up, and the protocols that will be needed right there. Let me see any. Let's see. Going through the comments right here. Let's see. And yeah, one of the comments here. This is what the school district relayed to us is the same thing that you received there. Just saw in the comments here. That is correct. That there was the initial bomb threat, then a secondary threat outside. Again, this is the perspective right there, close to our news crew. And these are two people. That's why you're seeing the camera. This is not someone driving, trying to hold up the camera. Christian's driving. Josh is in the passenger side. They are now driving down 19th Street from Lubbock High, getting closer to Q. You can see the Whataburger there on the left. On the other side of the road, on the left side, that's central office right there. So just want to make sure that any more of the questions that are coming here in the comments. So again, if you just have joined us, this is precautionary that Lubbock ISD has moved from lockdown to actually moving the reunification of students to central office. And the message went out to Lubbock ISD families at 9:48. You can see right here at 19th and Q, that's where law enforcement is directing traffic right there. And our crew is going, coordinating with the school district where they've told us to safely be, to not get in the way of the reunification. But those students have been moved from Lubbock High School to the central office. Again, if your student, your family member goes to Lubbock High but has first or second period at the Advanced Technology Center on Avenue Q, 32nd and Avenue Q, they were being held there. Or if they're at the AgriSTEM building at 102 Quaker, if a student was there for first or second period, they were not moved, so they will not be at central office. Those students will be held either at the Advanced Technology Center if they were there, or at the AgriSTEM building if they were there. So the first update came in here at 9:07. That was the message delivered to families and relayed to us here as well. But we see a lot of people are joining into the stream right here, so I want to give you the latest information that we have here. And again, this is the same as what we had just a few minutes ago. You're saying, well, you know, you're repeating. This is the latest information that we have, and also this is the critical information the school district wants to get out, that there was the bomb threat, then a secondary threat outside of the campus, and all students at this point from Lubbock High School have been evacuated to central office at 1628 19th Street. And you can see our crew right there. There are lots and lots of law officers surrounding all around this area. They're still trying to reposition there. Let me move the map here to show you again. Lubbock High School, obviously, right here at about 19th and U. The students have been taken just down the road to 19th Street and Avenue Q. So the update here from the school district is that the students have been taken to central office at 1628 19th Street. Parents, if you want to go pick your kids up, you can do so by going to central office, and you'll want to enter through door 9, which is the door facing Avenue Q on the west side of the building. So south side of the building, western edge, door 9. And if you're wanting to go pick a student up, you must provide identification. You also must be on the approved list for your child. If you don't have ID and or you're not on the pickup list, your child will not be released to you. We're going back to show you that it is quite a, I guess, active in terms of a lot of people there, but we also want to stress that no one has been hurt. There are no reports of anything like that. This is response to a bomb threat, but nothing like injuries, nothing, nothing malicious. As far as we know, this is all just precautionary because of the threat that came in. And of course, these threats, we've reported on, many of these at schools especially over the past year or so. In this case, administration saw enough of a threat, enough of a reason to keep the kids safe, to move them to central office just down the road. So this is a look at the parking lot just east of central office. The road right there in front of you, that's 19th Street right there. So we're looking across to the street. That's the parking lot on the east side of the Lubbock ISD headquarters at 19th and Q. So here's an update that just came into us a couple minutes ago from central office. Let me get that information just 1 second. All right, so here is the latest update from, and we'll be going to our Joshua Ramirez in just a moment, but latest message that just came in from Lubbock ISD, and this was the messaging sent. If you are set up to receive messages as a Lubbock ISD parent family member, this is what you just received. Our reunification process for Lubbock High families is continuing at central office at 1628 19th Street. We want to thank our students, staff, and families for following our protocols and instructions to make sure everyone is safe. We are currently conducting the reunification process for nearly 2,000 students. Understand this is going to take a while longer than expected as they work to make sure every student is safe and accounted for and released to the proper individuals. As a reminder, in order to be reunited with your children, please enter the building through door 9, which is the door facing Avenue Q on the west side of the building. Once you're in the building, you'll need to provide identification to pick up your kids. You will also need to be on the approved list for your child. If the students were at either the ATC on Avenue Q, 32nd and Avenue Q, or the Agri-STEM building at 102 Quaker Avenue, for first or second period, those kids were kept at those locations and were not taken there. Lubbock ISD wants to stress all safety protocols are being followed. This is an active situation. We're taking every precaution to make sure students, staff, and surrounding community remain safe. We'll continue to provide updates. That's the word from Lubbock ISD. Again, this is a massive reunification. They mentioned about 2,000 students. We want to stress everyone is safe, no reports of any injuries. Joshua Ramirez has been following this over the past hour, and we're going to go to him now live from right across the street from central office. What is the latest that you see right there, Josh?
Go too soon and make him cut off his sermon.
My aunt and uncle then completed their family of 5 in Denison, while Marilyn did what she does best with her children,
started down there in front of Lubbock High. As they started evacuating students, though, we went ahead and moved down the street. We're a little east of Avenue Q on 19th in front of central office, and the buses here, which were filled with students for that evacuation, now unloading them here at central office as the district begins the unification process and things like that. Now, before that can happen, though, the district has to check in all these students. We just got an update. They're checking on about 2,000 students. So they're saying this process could take a while, possibly about an hour. And they're asking parents not to come to central office just yet because they could actually slow down that process, the reunification process, evacuation process, things like that. But I do want to talk about also the police presence that we are seeing out here. 19th and Avenue Q shut down right now for this evacuation. There's also other police officers behind Lubbock High that you can't see. They have all of the roads leading to the school right now blocked off as well as they conduct this investigation, which again started as a bomb threat. The district then learned that there could be a secondary threat as well outside of the school, which is why the decision was made to evacuate students, which is why we are now here. You can see this bus here leaving. There's also, if we look over here to my left, your right, you can see that line of buses. They're turning right there next to the Big M Automotive. They're going down the street and then back around to unload here at Central High. So definitely a lot going on right now for this evacuation and reunification, but we are staying in touch with Lubbock ISD to see any updates. As of right now, we have not heard of any injuries or anything like that. This is all just being done because of those threats and also out of an abundance of caution for the safety of these students. But investigation still going on right now. We're going to wait for an update from LPD as well. But we're going to stay here outside of central office for a little while longer. We have seen some parents heading that way already towards the building. So if we can track one of them down and kind of talk to them about how they're feeling about this right now, we'll do that as well. But for now, I'll go ahead and send it back to you.
Okay, thanks a lot, Josh. That's the latest update. Joshua Ramirez reporting live from 19th Street, just across from Central Office. So that is our update that we have at this point. As we receive additional information, we certainly will relay it to you from the school district as far as what parents need to know. And I think the one part right there, I believe Josh had said that they were asking parents not to be. The instruction that we have from the school district is the south building at 1628 19th Street. That's where they are asking for families to go for reunification. Understand that Lubbock High is a large school. They're talking about conducting reunification for about nearly 2,000 students. So this is going to take a long while. You're going to run into traffic. Simplest piece of advice we can give you, if you're trying to go down 19th Street and you're not trying to pick a student up from central office, don't try to go down 19th Street between the interstate or University Avenue. It's going to be a mess. Same thing on Avenue Q between 4th Street and 34th Street. Unless you're trying to go to someplace specifically right on those streets, traffic is going to be backed up. You can see just how slowly it's moving here on 19th Street. We're set up just across the street. You can see law enforcement there.
No, he said stay put, and he said if we can get an interview with the parent, get it.
Advising where people can or can't go. Just think about the crowd you'd have at a football game, at a basketball game. That's kind of the same thing here, but everyone's trying to go through one door to get in or out. I know some people just in the last couple of minutes are joining the stream right here and asking, what happened. Lubbock ISD received a threat, a bomb threat, at Lubbock High School this morning. So just after 9 o'clock, the first update went out that the school campus itself was in lockdown. Since then, they have moved to evacuating the students from Lubbock High School and then move those students to central office. And we've mentioned this earlier throughout this morning, throughout our coverage, that this is one of the things that for probably as long as there has been school, through the decades, we've heard about threats made to campuses to try to disrupt things. So it's on the administration they have to determine what sort of threat, what sort of information was put through the administration, law enforcement, and all of that. And clearly there was enough reason here to believe they need to get the students off to a separate location. So this is what the view is here at 19th Q. And some of the questions here, have they found anything? Well, this is all early on, so law enforcement will let us know. Their focus right now is keeping the campus safe. You can see the students getting off that bus, moving into central office, not just trying to get parents to central office, but it's going to take a long while to get those students. That's the first priority, getting them safely to 19th and Q over to central office. So first they have to get the students there. Then they have to go through the process of making sure that every student who is released safely to the parent or the guardian that they should be. But let me see. I want to recap here. If you just joined in, because we're seeing several of the comments that are coming in here. Let's see, like Patricia mentioning here, thank the Lord my granddaughter's safe, and all the kids and teachers as well as everyone else. So, a lot of the concern here, understandably, from parents about just trying to figure out what is going on and just making sure that the students, the teachers, everyone there on campus is safe. So before we'll keep this live view up here for the moment. But to recap, if you just joined us here, this is the latest information provided by Lubbock ISD, and we have it at kcbd.com as well if you would like to read the specifics here. But this is what was sent out at 10:04, the latest update to parents. Issued to Lubbock High parents saying our reunification process for Lubbock High families is continuing at central office at 1628 19th Street. We want to thank our students, staff, and families for following the protocols and instructions to make sure everyone remains safe. We are conducting a reunification process for about 2,000 students. Please understand this may take a little longer than expected as we work to make sure students are accounted for and released to the proper people. Now, as a reminder, to be reunited with your children, please enter the building through door 9, which is the door facing Avenue Q on the west side of the building. And I will say, looking at the map right here, that's where you have to enter on the south side, kind of western edge of the building. But obviously, the central office faces 19th Street. There's not like a parking lot between 19th Street and that part of the building. So parking is going to be difficult as well. We understand with so many people trying to get there. The parking lots for central office are on the north side of the building, but it's actually on a school day usually quite full as it is. So let's see, and that works right there. We'll be giving an update here on TV as well, coming up here in just a little bit to give an update on what is going on. But understand that the location of where you're probably going to have to wind up trying to park, maybe a good walk from where that door is, but they have to do it this way so that the police and other security members are able to verify who you are going through the door and who you're trying to pick up. So that's the update from Lubbock ISD saying, as a reminder, to be reunited with your kids, please enter the door through door 9, the door facing Avenue Q on the west side of the building. And I've said facing Avenue Q on the, I've been saying the south. That's incorrect. On the west side of the building. Let me show back over here. I was getting turned around as I was looking where their position is. Door 9 is going to be on the west side here, facing Avenue Q. So let me correct what I've been mentioning these last few times. On the west side of the building, there are parking lots to the north, but there are not a lot of spaces. They're not spaces, for every parent. So it is going to take a while. The guidance here from Lubbock ISD is that once you are in the building as a parent, as a guardian for pickup, you will need to provide identification to pick the kids up. You'll also have to be on the approved pickup list for your child. If you don't have ID and or you're not on the pickup list, child will not be released to you. If your kid was either at the ATC at 3201 Avenue Q or at the AgriStem building on the northwest side of the city at 102 Quaker Avenue for first or second period, you don't have to worry about the students being at central office. The students, if they were there first or second period at the ATC or the AgriStem building, they are still being held at those locations.
So they said,
a message here from Lubbock ISD, please rest assured that all safety protocols are being followed. This is an active situation. We're taking every precaution to ensure students, staff, and the surrounding community remain safe. We will continue.
Mic check, 1 2 3 1 2 3.
As they become available.
We're doing another live hit. We're doing this one on television. Ruben's gonna cue you when it's time to go.
Okay.
Okay. And we'll be joining our TV audience for those of you watching on the stream here as well. And good morning. It is 10:28 here on KCBD. We want to give you an update on breaking news we've been following through this morning of first a lockdown, then an evacuation from Lubbock High School. We've had continuing coverage on KCBD.com. We want to provide this short update here on KCBD to let you know what is going on and let you know most critical thing here is that this is precautionary and there are no reports of any injuries, but this is obviously a major disruption to the day because at this point, students who were at Lubbock High, and I want to specify specifically on the Lubbock High campus, first or second period, they have been evacuated to central office at 19th and Q. If your student was at the Advanced Technology Center at 32nd and Q or at the AgriSTEM building at North Quaker or First and Quaker, those students are being kept at those locations. So again, because of a threat that was reported, a bomb threat made to the school this morning, Lubbock ISD has moved students from the campus to central office. We now go live to Joshua Ramirez, who is at central office right now, and or at least just across the street where families are being reunified. What is latest update you have for us, Josh?
Yeah, Matt, so we are here. We're outside of central office right now on 19th Street where students are being offloaded off of these buses, taken inside after that bomb threat at Lubbock High School just a little while ago. And then the possible secondary threat that came in as well a short time after that. So students right now being loaded up here at central office. Now, we did get another update. There's about 2,000 students are going to have to be checked in. But as for parents who are going to be and pick up their students, first of all, the district is going to let you know when it is safe and time to do that. But when you do come, you're going to want to go through door 9, which is the one along Avenue Q. You'll have to come in. You'll have to have identification with you to pick up your child. You will also have to be on the approved pickup list. If you do not have your identification or if you are not on that list, then the student will not be released. Also, for any parents whose students may have been at the ATC Center or the AgriSTEM building, they would have been kept there at those buildings. You will be able to pick them up at those locations as well. But again, just taking a look right now outside of central office, long line of buses here. There is another long line of buses over my left shoulder that are going around to offload those students. Again, all started as a bomb threat early this morning, the district making the decision to evacuate these students out of an abundance of caution. We have not heard any kind of update as far as that threat goes, but LPD, as you can see, is on the scene. They are conducting some traffic as well. Avenue Q partially shut down while those students were being evacuated. Also units behind Lubbock High as well. So LPD is on scene. We will try and work with them to get some updates as we can. But again, the district saying all those students brought here to central office, and they will be notifying parents when it is time and safe to come and pick them up. And we can actually see here some of those students getting off of this bus right now and being led inside. So still a very active situation, still very much in the middle of the process with this evacuation and a reunification process. We have, however, seen some parents coming and showing up, though we haven't seen any students leaving the building as of right now, because again, they must be checked in by the district. And then whoever comes to pick them up must also be checked in as well. So we're going to stay out here, follow the latest developments. For right now, I'll go and send it back to you, Matt.
Okay, thank you very much, Josh. He's reporting there on 19th Street where students are being moved to central office. I do want to show and try to give an idea of specifically, and we will be returning you back to the Today Show on KCBD in just a minute, but again, where the reunification is happening, and as far as an evacuation from campus to Lubbock ISD headquarters, this would be the shortest of any schools within the district, because Lubbock High, of course, here at 19th and U. So they were taken just down the road, just east of Avenue Q. And Josh mentioned that the evacuation of the reunification site is going to be door 9 at central office. Again, central office, you see the address right there at 1628 19th Street. And reunification is going to be at door 9, which is the door facing Avenue Q on the west side of the building. Like Josh just mentioned, though, they're dealing with about 2,000 students. So this is going to take a long time, and this is why that traffic is being blocked off at 19th and Q. So if you don't have a reason to be specifically right there, or you're not trying to pick a parent or pick a student up, avoid that area, because traffic is just going to be a mess. There's a large law enforcement presence trying to keep this as orderly as can be. But like Josh mentioned, if
Okay.
the number of students here, nearly 2,000
will do. I'll give
students.
him a
And
call.
again, before we return you back to programming here on TV, we have all this information listed at KCBD.com.
We're about to try and get
but
some
for parents,
interviews.
for guardians, for family members trying to pick
He said
up
keep
a
a shot up
student
there, yeah.
who was at Lubbock High School, now moved to central office at 1628 19th Street, you're going to have to enter through door 9 at the Lubbock ISD headquarters. That's the door facing Avenue Q on the west side of the building. Once in the building, you must provide identification. You will need to be on the approved list also to pick up for your child. If you don't have ID, or if you don't have, or if you're not on the pickup list, your child will not be released to you. And again, they're doing this for nearly 2,000 students. The part that we want to stress here, and we continue to receive these questions, there were no reports of anyone being hurt. We want to always, put any of those concerns at ease if we can. No worry about anyone being hurt that we know of. We've also received many messages. Okay, there was the threat. What else do you guys know? Well, law enforcement is searching through that. This is such a fast-moving situation. Of course, law enforcement, in conjunction with school administration, had to sort through the information that they have, and their number one focus is keeping kids safe. And so that's why they saw enough of a threat here to move forward with the evacuation. But we want to stress here that the students have been moved from Lubbock High to central office. But at this point, no reports of anyone being hurt. This is all precautionary, but obviously a major disruption to the class day. If you want to read the full information from Lubbock ISD, we have it at KCBD.com. And as we continue to get new information, we certainly will deliver that to you. We will continue this live coverage at KCBD.com and on the KCBD streaming app for Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Fire. That's also where we will have our noon newscast. Josh mentioned he is there on scene, and he'll be gathering additional information. You can see a whole lot of flashing lights right there. So traffic at 19th and Q is just a mess right now, and you will not be able to go. You can see how they have it blocked off. You will not very easily be able to go east-west from 19th to the other side, from east to west or west to east. So best bet, if you don't need to be specifically at that area, please avoid it. But if you are trying to go and pick a student up, it's going to take a while. Make sure you have ID and you are on that approved list. That's another bus right there showing you. It's also going to take a while to get that many students from Lubbock High School over to central office. So for now, we'll return you to the Today Show on KCBD. Olympic coverage coming up in just a bit. Our noon newscast will be streaming at KCBD.com. So for now on TV, we return you back to regular programming. I'm Matt Ernst. And so we continue with our streaming coverage here on KCBD.com. And at this point, we still, the really latest update is no update, which is a good update. There's no change on anyone being hurt, anything like that. This is going to take a long time. So we will be gathering additional information. Our Joshua Ramirez and Christian, they are on site there, gathering any information that parents need at this point. So before we drop back off to, we'll keep this picture here, but we're going to drop off as far as our anchored coverage here in just a minute, unless we have any additional information. Let me see right here. Let's see here. Just going through some of the comments, many questions about just what's going on and, concerns here. And this is, and also questions, specifically what kind of threat. We don't know that. This is being relayed to law enforcement. They're going through all of that, but the number one thing right here is letting you know where the kids are and all the precautions they are taking. Also questions, we've received some, why did you tell us where the students were being relocated? Well, this is the message they wanted to get to parents. And initially, as they go through these safety protocols, of course, the first update we received was of the district or the campus first being placed in lockdown, where no one's going to get in or out, but the kids are being kept there. Then, obviously, there was enough reason to believe they need to move the students to a different location. Reason we're giving you that location is they want to let parents know where your kids are and what is going on, and as a parent, as a guardian, where you can go if you would like to pick your kid up. So again, it's going to be door 9. This is at 19th and Avenue Q at the Lubbock ISD headquarters. Door 9 is on the west side of the building facing Avenue Q. if you're going to go in there, you must have identification and you must be on the list approved to pick up a child. And it's going to take a while. Like Lubbock ISD mentioned a little while ago, this is going to take quite some time for nearly 2,000 students. So if we have any additional information, we'll come back onto the stream here. But for now, that's the latest update from the KCBD newsroom. And this is a live look here at 19th and Avenue Q, where the students have been from Lubbock ISD or from Lubbock High School are being evacuated. And this is the only campus at this point that we've confirmed this kind of evacuation that has taken place. And let me check real quickly here. I know just the nature of a live stream going up, you're going to see people coming in and out. You may have just joined us here and wondering what is going on. Credible threat, according to Lubbock ISD, was made to the Lubbock High School campus, prompting for students, and that was here earlier this morning. So since then, students have been relocated from Lubbock High School to central office. A bomb threat was made, enough of a threat, or at least a credible threat enough, according to administration and law enforcement, to prompt students to be moved. So this is going to take quite some time to get students moved there from Lubbock High School to central office. But if you want to pick up your student, you are cleared to do so by entering door 9 on the west side of the building at 19th and Avenue Q. So if we do have any new details that come in, any new information that we need to let you know about, we certainly will come back on here onto the stream. We're continuing to update this story here at kcbd.com as well. But for now, that is the latest information that we have. When we know more, we will let you know. We'll continue to gather more information here in the newsroom, confirmed information through the district, verified information, and also our Joshua Ramirez and Christian Guzman Diaz are on site at 19th and Q there at central office, watching the process that's going through right here. That's been the neighborly thing right there. Look at that. Some folks handing bottles of water, box of donuts right there. It's stressful, so hope everyone can give each other some grace, some time as they're going through this process right there. And you can see the buses that are lining up right there. And it obviously is going to take some time. So that's the latest update here from the KCBD newsroom. As additional information comes in, we certainly will bring it to you. Hope for this entire process to go well, the safe evacuation of the students. That's the update now. We'll see you later today. Have a good morning.